Got my garbage here. Putting it in the thing.
Beep. All right, let's go.
It's over
No,
here.
I'm gonna need you as well. I
What?
take bodies.
You take.
I take
I'm not.
bodies.
I'm a live body.
I was in the CIA. You're dead now. You take your body and just roll with it. Just roll.
What?
Okay. We're gonna need to find.
Whoa. Don't show the back. Don't show. I didn't want you to
I just grab them however they fall.
I was like this. I was like this. Cover it. I didn't want people to see my crack.
I didn't want people to see my crack, which to my jeans.
Welcome to Good Mythical More. I didn't want you to hurt your back, man. Trying to flip me over.
Yeah.
You all
Well,
right?
I knew I just was gonna stop short. You know.
I got something good for you. You got questions for me? I've got answers. I also got this. Try it. I didn't realize how much I put on my tongue until you told me, and I tasted it. Like, I still would have thought it was just like a drop and not a... Go on the tongue, not in the back of the throat.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah. It's tough, man. That'll grow hair on your knuckles.
I never tasted my own remedy. What is that used for?
It's like for colds and immunity. It's supposed to boost your immunity.
It's for like
It's for like
sub sandwiches at Jersey Mike's or something.
Oh,
You know, you'll get like that oregano shaker, and sometimes I'll tell
Yeah,
it
but
to
that's
hit
dry.
hit it twice. Like, do it again. Give me another.
hit it twice.
Get another. I want another lap of that stuff.
You know, I might have trouble. I got trouble continuing.
No, it took me about 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
You know, you say it helps with the immunity. I've been sick, as you can tell by listening to me speak and cough, and I don't know what it was.
Case in point.
Some kind of virus. And so, like, my wife is like telling me, like, you need to take elderberry oil, and she's got a syrup, and you know, there's all this weird stuff, and you know, and a lot of these things have these like studies to back them up. The Zicam stuff, you know, the zinc lozenges, clinically proven to shorten the duration and lessen the symptoms of the cold. And maybe that's true. I mean, they say that they did a study or multiple studies or whatever. But then I read this other article that was talking about all these things like this that are supposed to enhance your immunity. And this guy's perspective was that there's two types of immunity. Well, this is not his perspective. This is true.
Like a blogger?
There's, no, it was like a medical journal or whatever. So you've got your innate immunity, which is just like, as soon as there's a virus like trying to attack your body, like there's a full body response of like fever and stuffy nose, all that stuff you hate about the cold. But then if it's viral, there is acquired immunity, which is basically like your body manufacturing antibodies that will attack that virus, like tailor-made for it. And that's why you don't usually get the same virus twice, because if you get it the second time, you've got stored up immunity for that particular virus. But if you get exposed to it for the first time, it begins to build this acquired immunity. And then what happens is, the reason that I'm still got this cough and sniffles and stuff is because your innate immunity continues to just go on overdrive even after your body has beaten the virus. So his perspective was, why do you want to take stuff that's going to enhance your immune response? Because all it's going to do is enhance your innate immunity response, and that's going to cause those symptoms to be worse, the symptoms that aren't really doing anything. Because he says the innate immunity is really ineffective, it doesn't really do anything, it's that acquired immunity that does something. So ever since he said that, I've just been like kind of skeptical about, because most of the medical community doesn't really recognize all these like vitamin C, treat like the emergency and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. But at least you feel like you're doing something. And that elderberry stuff, boy,
it cured you, didn't it?
The sweetest thing I've ever tasted.
Because my wife was like, as soon as you started saying that you had a headache and I thought you're gonna fall out and have the same thing as me, my wife was like, tell him to get the elderberry. Like, she panicked. And so I'm like texting you, elderberry, man. And you went and got it, and you didn't get sick.
And I'm gonna say that it cured me.
But what if it's just placebo? What you're saying is it might just be placebo, which that could be really effective. That may be more effective than any of the actual treatments.
I wonder if we could just sell something called placebo.
Placebo?
Ask me a couple of these questions.
You're not interested in this discussion. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to solve world problems.
I told him we were going to do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Are you going to still take the punishment?
No. Yeah. No.
Back in ancient...
I'm going to get all these right.
What do you think about that trash man? He's crazy, wasn't he?
Flip me over.
Back in ancient Babylon, if you were grinding your teeth at night, the cure was super simple. All you had to do was sleep with a human skull for a week. Also lick it and kiss it 7 times before bed. Enjoy!
That sounds very true. What kind of a skull?
Babylonian, I guess.
A human skull?
Human.
Where do you get that?
Babylonia. It's actually Babylon. Which I
True.
think is Iran, right?
True.
It is real, Link. No, it's Iraq, isn't it? Where's Babylon? Is that Iraq or Iran? Yeah, they actually believe that nighttime tooth grinding was a result of a patient being haunted by a dead relative. And the idea was that showing them that you're kissing and making out with a new dead relative, it would be like, okay.
My job's
he's
done
moved
here.
on.
Yeah. Okay, give me another one.
Did we get an answer on that? Okay. History lesson that I was wrong about the first time I said it.
Geography.
Well, it doesn't exist anymore, though.
Yeah, okay.
So kind of both. Geohistory. Well, I teach that at the local community college. During the Victorian era, not in Babylon, if your kid was getting uppity, there was only one sure fix: suspend them from their ankles and spin them repeatedly until their mental health was restored. Doctors thought that the blood rushing to their heads would help them realize the error of their ways and behave better. Get some blood to the head.
I mean,
That's what I was trying to do as a garbage man. I was trying to cure you.
there have been tantrums in my house over the years that have led me to think I need to take desperate measures.
Grab
like
your kids by the ankles.
string them up by the ceiling fan and turn it on high kind of a thing.
Yeah. That doesn't work.
That's
the fan breaks.
That thought did not specifically come to my mind, and I have not followed through with that yet. So I think maybe you made this one up.
You're right, Link. Have not tried it, and it is not real.
Yes.
How about oak suppositories?
True.
For ancient Romans, the oak tree had great importance. It was a sign of virility and strength, so it's only fitting that when a man needed a little help in the bedroom, he would be prescribed oak bark suppositories. A little itchy, but totally worth it.
Man.
You gotta wet them. You gotta wet them first. You don't put them in dry. I made that mistake one too many times. One time.
I've never looked at an oak tree and said, I want a piece of that up my butt.
What? But
This is true.
But now you can just grind it up, and they sell it in capsule form.
Mm-hmm.
It's fake.
Oh. Okay.
But even when you go to that section of like the supplement section in general of the there's just so many vitamins and so many supplements. There's a market there, and so I think you got to follow the money sometimes. You know, it's like when you got a cold, you hate yourself, right? You just hate existing when you've got a bad cold. You'll do anything. You'll pay any amount of money to just get something in your body that might help a little bit. It's a great marketing thing. So even if it doesn't work, it's good business.
Especially if it's natural and you're like, well, it
can't hurt.
Can't hurt.
I mean, I just put this oak tree in my butt. It doesn't feel good, but it can't hurt.
It's currently hurting.
Yeah.
But it can't.
But I'm not thinking about that cough anymore. Okay.
Wow.
So you caught syphilis.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
In the first half of the 20th century. Join the club, am I right? Fear not, though, a few injections of malaria, and you'll be cured.
Of that, but then you'll have...
malaria.
True.
You're right.
Wow.
Doctor discovered that the fevers caused by malaria were high enough to kill syphilis. The only problem is that then you had malaria. But you can get over that. Shockingly, this actually worked some of the time, and the guy who came up with it won the Nobel, not Peace Prize, the Nobel Prize probably.
It's on that show, The Nick. The doctor figures it out.
Oh, really?
Maybe I'm guessing that's the same guy. Yeah, his former girlfriend has syphilis, and actually it would like get rid of it would like destroy your nasal cavity and your nose.
You don't
It would
need those.
essentially fall off. And the way that they would fix it is they would like secure your underarm skin, like cut off a piece of your underarm skin and then like attach your underarm to your nose so that the skin would grow out. And then, but that wouldn't cause you to get rid of syphilis. So he came up with a really high fever would do it. So he injects malaria and then he injects quinine or something.
Quinine.
And it kills the malaria instantly. So.
But the part about the skin attached to your nose, is it still attached to your arm?
Yeah, it's growing off your arm onto your face.
Yeah.
It's how they did skin grafts, and it's how they did. This is actually all the way up through like World War I.
That'd be an uncomfortable few weeks. Well, you know what they do now? They like put a balloon inside a place on your body, and they grow the skin out. Like, so you'll have like there'll be a place like down here on your butt or something, wherever they want to get the skin from, and they slowly inflate a balloon, and your skin stretches and grows around it until you've got enough skin for a graft, and then they put it elsewhere on your body. So if you ever see somebody with a bubble butt, it's probably not just a butt. It's probably skin grafts.
Farm.
Yeah, actually
she got a real skin farm down there.
All the Kardashians are just growing skin grafts for the family. It's not big butts.
Also, this malaria thing, it worked like something like 70% of the time, so it still killed a lot of people. But that was such a high rate back then that they were like thrilled. They couldn't believe that he got that many people alive out of this.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you see any like public video of Kanye like squeezing the butt, you'll notice that it looks more like he's squeezing a balloon, and less like a butt.
Public video? Is that what you said?
Well, I don't want to show the private video.
Okay. Give me one last one to blow my mind.
The Babylonians, they're back. Had a couple of options for headache cures, but if you preferred not to have a hole drilled in your head, you could opt for the fright cure. A doctor would stay in your home overnight, and at some point, he would jump out brandishing a sword and screaming. The goal was to scare the headache away.
Jump scares.
I would love to be this doctor.
Oh, wow.
I would live for this. I love scaring people. I scared Shepard the other day. He came around the back of the house, and it was dark, and I got really quiet, and he came around the corner. And my dad used to do this to me all the time, and I jumped out and scared him, and he started crying and he got so mad at me.
I know it's.
But I was like, I became the person I am because my dad jump scared me so much. So I'm gonna do it to my kids. I think it teaches them you can never be sure. You can never feel safe.
You became the person you are. Yeah. Cruel father.
Is it real or fake?
Oh,
there's an answer required.
Fake.
It is
reason.
Fake.
For the reason because you hit myself in the ear. I literally hit myself in the ear. Wham! As if getting yelled at wasn't enough.
God.